Hey everyone, welcome to Skottie Talk with Tyler and Dustin.
Howdy,
Hey
howdy.
Tyler, what is up, my man? You doing all right tonight?
I'm doing well. Yep, doing well. It's been a busy weekend, so getting back again. It's just getting back in the swing of things, but it's a shorter week, so looking forward to the weekend, just kind of taking it easy. So
I understand that. It's weird because today is November 13th, and this is really the first day. Our Kentucky weather got up this morning, sun shining pretty, and by lunch it was rainy and nasty, and like fall had officially set in. So, uh, love my wife. I'm trying to comment every day about it getting dark at 5 o'clock, just so she can call me the old man I am. So,
I
but
I agree with you though. It's I much prefer I'm not much of a morning person, but I would still rather it be we spring forward and wake up with the sun and have it last a little bit longer the days because yeah, it feels 6 o'clock and it feels like 10 o'clock and I'm ready to go to bed. So
that's right. My brain is conditioned when the sun goes down. So do my eyelids. So, uh, brain can't get here soon enough. We're about 5 months away, so we'll make it work. This will
exactly.
probably be the last thing I do before I go to bed tonight. So, right on. Uh, Tonight's episode is about original art secondary market report. Uh, Skottie has a lot of original art out there, but there's so many collectors that love to keep their hands on it and keep it in their collection that we don't see a lot of the art pop up on the secondary market. And we've got our first visitor tonight,
Hello,
Seth.
hello, Steph.
And
Always
speaking of
happy to
something
see you.
else, yeah, somebody else who's in the market for original art, Seth. So what we decided to do this week is just to touch base on some of the places, whether it be eBay or art reps or dealers that are selling some original Skottie art. With approximately 6 weeks, we are 6 weeks away from Christmas today. So
Oof, goodness,
first and best.
first and best.
I can't even click the right comment, but yeah, a game already. That's right. We
That's
agree. So,
official, exactly. So that's
but
Megan endorsed right there.
that's right. The first one to receive the Megan shipped by sticker, the man, the myth, the legend, Seth. All right. First and foremost, before we highlight the secondary market for Skottie's art, some people ask, hey, where do you get this art? Where does Skottie sell his art at firsthand? Well, SkottieYoung.com, the original art section of the store, there is approximately one piece. When I say approximately, there is exactly one piece left. And this is from one of the Stupid Fresh Mesh comic strips from Image Comics 30th anniversary. And I believe this says this is issue 3.
Yep,
Did you read all? Did you get to get all these books and read them all? I think there's still a few I haven't looked at yet.
I did. There's one I'm missing that I still need to get for some reason. Unfortunately, my L my LCS didn't pick up for me, but the other ones I all read and they were great. Yeah, I'd love to. I always love to get like prints of them. If we could like do it that way to be able to hang them up and stuff. So
Yeah, it'd be really nice. You're right to have like a collected edition of these.
yeah, maybe like I don't know, yeah, maybe a print set or maybe I don't know, just something like that would be fun, I think, for these because these were fun. I mean, there were some other great ones in there that I needed to go back and check out, but it was always I just love being able to pick this up and be like, all right, what's Skottie doing this week or this month? So
If anybody's ever curious into like a window into Skottie's life, these were a perfect example of what Skottie does day in and day out. And just real quick, I had cut this excerpt out from his Substack newsletter. And he said years ago I was going to make a run at a strip based on my family and the funny stuff that gets said between a couple of kids, or not a couple of kids, a couple, comma, kids, comma, and parents, pets, and even the wildlife that you see in your backyard, which this one's a prime example of the wildlife that's running around Skottie's yard. I called it Stupid Fresh Mess. Yes, long before I formed my company and gave it the same name. I figured since I never really took that anywhere back then, this predicament that I got myself in would be a perfect opportunity to bring it to life. And just like that little kid with the paper route delivering the comic strips in the newspaper every day is a cartoonist making them. So uh, this
pretty
one's really fun. I'm surprised it hasn't sold just for the other 4 that he posted have.
yeah, I didn't realize there was still original art available. I check occasionally. I don't check it near as much as you do, but yeah, wild that this is still up there. Kind of like we talked about. There's just certain things that just don't sell for whatever reason, and yeah, if you want an original piece, these are some of the best ways to jump in on it because they're a lot more accessible than some of the larger, more IP centric pieces. So
Right, and this one's coming straight from Skottie and the Stupid Fresh Mess team there. So it's the only one that's available right now until they do another original art drop. This may be your best shot to get one before Christmas.
yeah, true.
All right, so after that, we'll look at our next market, which is eBay. Now, I'm sure everybody's probably looked at some of these pieces a dozen times, but we're just kind of highlighting some. And this isn't, I tried to hit all the ones that I saw that I figured people would be interested in, but there are other like remarks that I didn't duplicate and put multiple ones on. So we'll just start with this one. The stray dog ones is, it's a big price tag, but I about like everybody else, I'm sure this one's been tempted to a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I mean that comic sold so quickly, and then Stupid Fresh Mess, had a few extra copies that they actually brought back for the warehouse sale. Yeah, I mean this one, it's a lot of people, like I said, loved it, and I mean it was great with we talked about it, I think maybe before, but like when they do like the blood and stuff, I like how it's just the colored piece is all the stray dogs is all in red, the blood at the foot of the dog. So,
well, there's a Hit Girl cover that he did as well that has like the blood forming the leaf. So,
yes, yeah, the Canadian, the maple leaf. Yeah, that one's a great one too. Yeah.
The same kind of technique. I think both of those are really interesting, the way he uses the blood to
yeah. I agree with you, Seth. Yeah, if I won the lottery, I would tell people because of all the Skottie pieces I'd buy. So I'd be posting new ones every day. Like, hey, guess what? I got a new piece, and they're like, all right, something's going on here. Something's happening. So
it would be really awkward because my family would have to move into the basement, and I would have to have the rest of the house for my Skottie pieces. So yeah, you would definitely be.
I just put a second house for just the Skottie house is what I call it. It's just the Skottie museum pretty much. So
that's right. You have to have like eye scans and everything to get in.
Yeah, it's all museum glass. Like it's levels that like the Declaration has. Nicolas Cage would be the only person to be able to come in and steal it possibly. So
we'll see. The Tom Cruise or Catherine Zeta-Jones was the two that popped in my head, but Nicolas Cage, that's a worthy.
That's a fair group, all of them there. So,
but speaking of what Seth was talking about, the zombie Stan Lee, that one has been setting at $7,500 for several months, and it is signed by Stan Lee, and the art by Skottie there, really detailed zombie Stan Lee.
Yeah,
I really think if this one probably. My guesstimate on price range on this one, if it came down to about 2,500 to 3,000, it would probably have more people really looking at it and thinking about it. I think that price is just a little too high for your niche dead Stan Lee fan that is looking for a zombie version of.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination because, like you said, Stan Lee's signature is gold, and then Skottie doing his commission, and especially because he added color to it as well. Again, when you add color, that always adds a level or a layer to the commission itself. But I'd agree. I even maybe say I think 4,000 would be again still high, but maybe would be enough to then give a best offer of 3,200 or something along those lines. But I can't tell. I'm assuming it's in the image as well. I don't know what grade because it's a CGC, so I'm curious what the grade is on it.
I think it's 9.8, but I can't remember. I can't recall.
Not that, again, I think with commissions, especially people are a lot more lenient with the grade because of the fact that you're mainly buying it for the art itself. So
yeah, I think you're right, because especially that one, having it authenticated that it's Stan Lee's signature.
Yeah,
and Skottie's art is authenticated as well. I think people would overlook, even if it had a subpar grade. It is a 9.8. I just checked, and which is odd. It has the Walking Dead custom label on it too. I mean, all these things add some value to it, but you're still, it's unique. The person can obviously name whatever price they want to, but it's also going to be a tough sell right now but all it takes is one person. Some of these whatnot shows that we're watching on during the weekend of art being sold is going for prices that I would have never thought. Me and Seth have had a few conversations about this as well. It's going for prices that you don't see on the secondary market. So you get the right person that sees this book, loves Stan Lee, loves Skottie,
loves Walking Dead,
Walking Dead, the trifecta. They're liable to, make an offer for it to be in the ballpark. So
very true, yeah.
And the last but not least piece there is one from the New Warriors, older Skottie run. And I was looking to make sure, it's priced at $500 there. Since I've looked at a bunch of these and took screenshots of them, it puts me on the seller's viewer list, I guess you'd say, for eBay. And I have got a best offer on that one. So the offer there, they offered me $450 for that one. So if you do like that art, I would suggest either making an offer for $400 to $450 range, and you'll probably be able to get that one at a really good deal, especially for early interior pages from Skottie's New Warriors run.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the older stuff, it's especially harder to come by compared to the newer stuff. And it's different. I mean, again, it's just so interesting looking at the style differences between, that far right and then the middle and even the far left. Just so much cleaner and so much more, I think, not thought out, but just less loose. He's, because he's more confident in his inking and everything. But just really cool, to see, a piece like that, and to be able to have something like that in the portfolio would be really cool.
Well, we've talked a little bit about this before, but there's so many artists that if you put their art beside each other, it's instantly identifiable as that artist. Think Skottie has 3 or 4 different techniques that he could use that would distinguish him from himself. Where say you put this one up, or you put one of the Oz pages up, or one of the Rocket Raccoon pages, or even one of the I Hate Fairyland interior pages.
Yeah,
you might think 3 or 4 different artists did them, but they're all contained in one brain there.
Yeah, no, the range just in this page alone is really cool to see. So.
All right, what do we got? All right, so we got 2 Oz pages and another New Warriors page. And this one's a little bit more This New Warriors page is a little bit more splashy. So it's at $829. They did not have a best offer on that one option.
Is that the same seller then too, or I didn't catch the seller's name?
No, it's a different seller. I'm 95%.
Oh yeah, Clem. But I've got the slideshow. I can look at it here on the side.
So good. But yeah, that's the other page you can get, and then there's 2 Oz pages that are currently available, and the one middle page here from I can't even see the page number on it. It is listed at, and the slide is hiding it. Does that say 1550?
1550, yeah.
Yeah, my little toggle, my slide toggle is hiding it, but I did receive a seller offer of $1250 on that one, so that one could be had for less. The Oz pages have been selling for somewhere in the $500 range, so these are both a little bit higher than what I would see for Oz pages normally. Yeah. But once again, it's always good to reach out to a seller and ask them, especially if a page has been on the market for a while. These 2 are fairly new to eBay, but it's worth saying, hey, what's your best offer, and kind of negotiate with them, especially if you're wanting an Oz page.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it doesn't hurt to like the page, and like you said, especially if there's best offers, or like you said, if you like it, they'll send those discounted offers to entice people to buy them, and so yeah, and like you said, especially for an Oz page is really cool. So,
well, Tyler, you brought up a good point. The little hearts there that have the numbers, those are people that have liked these listings. And like Tyler said, even if something's priced ridiculously, that's a little foreshadowing for what we're going to be getting into later. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to like the piece, because then you'll be notified if the price starts dropping, or if they're ever open to best offers. So just to keep them on your radar.
Yeah, and I do it, even with stuff I don't plan on buying whatsoever, just because I'm curious, especially if, like you said, if there's something I'm like, wow, that's a crazy high price. I want to see, if this actually sells or what it sells at. So I'll watch pieces just for that instance, especially original art. It doesn't hurt to, know and kind of compare and see what out there is selling for what. So
Oh, that's a great point, because like I said, the Oz pages have been selling for a certain range, but we've noticed from daily sketch prices how they have, over time appreciated, and the starting point has moved upward as Skottie is, his popularity has soared. So who knows, the Oz pages may eventually creep up to the point where these sellers have them listed at. There used to be I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, especially with stuff like Wicked coming out, stuff that spurs on interest in, the IP itself and everything. It kind of gets everybody, oh yeah, Oz. And then, especially with Skottie sharing more, he's doing his homage cover that just came out. So, it's always interesting, that ebb and flow of prices and values of things, as kind of people, pull stuff out of the woodwork and get things out of their garage or storage or whatever have you. And, think that maybe now's the best time to sell this stuff. So,
well, there used to be a Wizard of Oz. I can't think it was a fan page, what it was, but it was like a store that sold a lot of comics, that sold novels from the Wizard of Oz, had a big market on that. And they had probably about 6 to 7 Skottie pages on there.
Really?
And I wish I'd have bought one back then, because obviously when I went back, I was like, well, I don't need to buy anything right now. I went back and checked them out later, and they were all sold, but they were all within like the $200 to $250 price range.
Oh yeah, wow.
So it was. I looked to see if I could find them again to make sure there wasn't any available, and they did have one page, but it was sold. So.
Oh, was it? I was gonna say, at least you got that Toto at Heroes Con this year, so that was a cool thing.
And this one, I can't remember, and I didn't realize I'd be this close to it. Yeah, but this is the other Oz page I've got. It's
very cool.
I can't remember which issue that's from, but I think I might have got that one from one of the sites. I don't think I got that from eBay. I can't recall anymore. But they are. If you come across any of these, they're really cool, because Skottie's work on Oz is legendary now. So
yeah,
I might hold off on these prices though. With that being said, I'd let them come down.
That's completely fair. Yeah.
Because at Heroes in Skottie's portfolio, he still had pages from the Oz run. So
very true. Yeah. Yeah.
So you could also catch him at a con and try to buy them straight from him. But if you're not going to go to a con, this is your only option at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So now we get into more of the CGC and sketch related items. And that Venom at the very end, one of our group members actually has that one up for sale. And he's posted it in the group several times. So I wanted to highlight that one, especially with the Todd McFarlane signature. That's a really good sketch of Venom. So I'm kind of expecting that one to sell eventually, if not in the group, on this page.
Yeah, I don't see. It doesn't say. Did that one have a best offer on it as well, or no?
Oh Lord, I don't know. I cut that one off.
I guess you'd probably be able to see it from the text. So yeah, I think you would have seen it probably if it did include it. So I would assume not. But even still, like you said, it's both Skottie and Todd's signature and the remark on there, and it's a 9.8, CGC graded. So, and again, some of this stuff, I totally understand. Some of this stuff is difficult. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but it's kind of hard. You just kind of, especially with these remarks, kind of go off of the other remarks that you see, and comparing just the sketch itself, and then also including the signature and everything. And some people, kind of started off a little bit higher, but, that doesn't hurt anything, because if you don't sell it, then you can kind of reduce it and, then go from there. So,
yeah. And if you look at the CGC remark op that happened this summer, where your price was shipping and everything, you just say $350.
Yeah.
Really, the more slightly more detailed sketch of Venom there, plus the Todd signature, I think this one's priced decently enough. I mean, maybe a little thought the seller may work with you, but I don't think this is one that you could probably offer $300 and the seller would accept it, just because I think it's worth more than that.
No, for sure. Like you said, I mean, that's that $350, that's just what Skottie's would have been, let alone, the Todd signature. So, no, I mean, it's definitely a great point. So
now the Gambit, you actually sent me that one whenever it went up.
I did. Yeah. I know.
I
I know.
just bought another piece, so I
Yeah.
couldn't get that one, but I do like that one. That one's
It's
fun.
great. I don't know. I'd love to find out more. I'd love to do some more research into what time period or when, because it's a specific time frame that he would do these multicolor pages or color pages of art where he'd just take red or a blue or green or just these fun vibrant colors and do these sketches on them. And I absolutely love them. Again, there's nothing against the blank variants or blank sketch page or something, but just seeing something like that is just so striking. Yeah, I would say I know you've got at least like
That's
one or two in yours.
Yeah, 2011 are the ones I've got. This one's got 2010 listed in the description.
I could see it because and it makes sense, as we've kind of seen with Skottie. Again, it's whatever it is, it's whatever you're feeling, whatever's kind of speaking to you or talking to you artistic wise. So now I'd be curious, if he's maybe that's a question we could ask. And I don't think anybody's asked that, but it's like, hey, was there an artist or was there something specific that inspired this train of colorful remarks or sketches? But they're definitely among my favorite, like I said. So, and especially that Gambit sketch. Gambit looks so cool there. So
yeah, and it's not the baby version of Gambit either. It's
true. Yeah,
he's a full grown man.
It's his skinnier style, or is what we dub the skinnier style. So in a way,
but I do like that one. If that one hangs around after Christmas, I'll be even more tempted to get it. But it's definitely on the view. And last but not least, even at $5.99, this one, I really do wish that CGC would come up with like a hard case for their. Have you seen like I'll mention this when we get Andrew on finally, but this has been the number one complaint I've heard about the CGC authenticated sketches is that the encasement that they put it in is like a real floppy holder. And there's other places. I can't remember the other company that has a harder case for their sketches, but yeah, that's the only downside. It's a smaller sketch, but yeah. I love the material. I love the LE from Up on this one. I think this one's a great one.
Yeah, it's a super cute sketch, and yeah, like you said, I know we talked about it before, but yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love, it's nice to be able to get a commission on a comic book because that's easier to get graded, but there's just something about just a plain piece of paper that I just think is, maybe nicer in certain regards, especially if there's not a comic, blank Up variant that you could have gotten this on. It makes more sense to go with something like this, but hopefully, they'll maybe get into it. There's something out there that could potentially help with this, but that's a great one. It's such a cute, sketch and drawing, and I hope whoever gets that is a big Up fan or likes. It's that. So
it's really good. There's been a few sketches that Skottie did of Up, and I know a couple members. A member has posted one, or I saw it on Instagram. I can't recall, but anytime I see him, I'm like, it picks. I mean, that's great. That's a good one. And even at that price, I've been tempted to buy it several times, but have resisted so far. But I like that one a lot. That one's really cute.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh man, I hit the button twice. There we go. All right, now I'm getting more. The first Batman there is more of a rougher sketch Batman. I don't know if you took time to look at in detail of that one at all, but
no, I hadn't. I also think it's interesting. Why do they? It says not CBCS, but it's not CGC. Is it something else or?
It's CGC.
Oh, okay.
That's a trick for eBay. If you put not CBCS, it puts CBC. If anybody's searching CBCS, it puts it in their search criteria. So
that's smart. Yeah, those keywords. So
yeah, like people that used to sell Bowen statues, they would put not sideshow. So whenever someone would search sideshow Wolverine, it would like the Bowen Wolverine would pop up.
Goodness.
That's a trick of the trade. But yeah, that one's if you like Batman, it's not terribly priced. It's a little higher. And we're going to say prior to all these, eBay prices are going to be a little bit higher because people are factoring in the roughly 15% markup in there, trying to recoup some of those costs. So whenever I'm saying they're slightly higher, I mean, if you were buying them from Facebook Market or somewhere like that, but it's not a terrible price. I really like that Venom in the middle.
That Venom is incredible. That's, the detail in that one is just fantastic. And I really love that blank variant with just the red outline Venom logo. That's super clean. And again, I just love that, same as the Batman, he used the entire space for it. His head is bursting through, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely up there. I love when he draws Venom like that, when it's more the thicker Venom, with the crazy tongue and the saliva and all that stuff. So again, like you said, I mean, that's, this would have been a commission one, I assume. Definitely not
you
a
look at the signature. You see the difference in the signature from the
True,
first.
yeah, I guess you're right. He did, his full signatures. Yeah, he only does that for commissions or original art.
I don't have the rules. I was trying to remember the rules for that, but
I think it's definitely. I know for sure it's original art gets the full signature, but I would imagine commission, is close enough to original art, depending on how long he takes on it. But this piece for sure, obviously, there's a difference between the Venom and the Batman, but so it's higher price, but I mean that's an awesome piece, especially if you're a Venom fan, and eventually if you wanted to grab it and crack it open and have Todd sign it or something like that, I mean it'd make it even cooler. But
yeah, it's higher like you said, but I think it's worth it. I think that's a good one. And the last one but not least is the Wasp. This one's been up for a while, and I've been tempted by it as well, just because it's got Evangeline Lilly and that Kate. She'll always be Kate from Lost to me. She'll never for the Wasp, but yeah, that one came down on price some since it was originally posted. So $9.09 for a celebrity signature, plus that's pretty much a full blown sketch of Wasp. I don't think that's a bad price at all.
Full signature again, so he considers that the full experience, if you will, the full Skottie.
Full blown Skottie.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna refer to it. If you get the art, it's like, all right, you're getting the full Skottie. So
that's right. That's right. I like that phrase. And speaking of liking things, the pop is this is the Skottie winner from last year. This from the Skotties.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my goodness. When I saw this during the Whatnot show, I think I bought another piece. I can't remember what I bought during that Whatnot show, but I love the colored remark or colored sketch on this Stay Puft or Mini Puffed pop. Perfection. It's great.
No, I thoroughly have enjoyed the new movies. I think they've done a great job of kind of continuing and bringing into the modern day and age the Ghostbusters movies personally. But the mini puffs were some of my favorite additions. Such a great idea to take, one giant one and just, break it down into little bite-sized pieces, but it's almost just as chaotic, if not worse, to have them like that. So I loved all those pops. I'm a pop collector myself, so I have enjoyed, seeing some of the ones that he's remarked up. And yeah, this one was definitely in my top for the ones he's remarked so far. So.
And the seller did send me a best offer of $850 on this one. Heaven help me if this thing comes down to $600. I will be so tempted. I love that one. It's signed in white paint pen by Skottie on the side of the window there. I was tempted just to have a slide of the Stay Puft of the Mini Puff by itself, so I could blow it up and everybody could see the detail. But I don't want to sell it too much.
No, I mean it's a fair. I mean it's and like you said, there's just something different about because the pins he has to use to get it to look good on the plastic. It just gives it such a textured, colorful look to it. So
yeah, there were a few artists whenever pops first became a thing to have people sketch on them that were using markers like colored markers, and they faded. They did not look as well. So the paint pins on them to really make them stand out more and also make them last a little bit longer. Yeah. I have several pops over there that were signed by markers by celebrities, and over the course of 3 to 4 years, they kind of faded. But the celebrities that use paint pens have really stayed.
Yeah,
so,
that's on the plastic. All of those were signed.
Excellent job by Skottie on these. This is really good. Yeah. Now the last two pieces are the Strange Academy remarked, and I don't know. Can you tell? I can't really. Maybe the people at home can see at home. The Dr. Strange remark on the Scott Campbell book there.
Yeah, the middle there, because it's in white, so it's a little bit harder to see, but it does look really good. So
Yeah, and then of course the last one there, which is the Skottie variant of Strange Academy 1, has a remark up there, and both of these are really reasonably priced for what the colored remark that you're getting on the last one.
Yeah, for sure. And that one, just the comic itself, goes for a little bit more than some of the other variants or versions. So again, kind of factoring that in, yeah, like you said, it makes sense. So
And both of these were 9.8. Nah, you know what? I'm not sure what this last one is. I'm gonna take that back. But the middle one's 9.8. We know that for a fact.
yeah.
These sellers are killing me, Tyler, by not putting the grade in the actual listing.
I know, yeah, not including it, yeah, it makes it a little
I
bit
gotta be
tougher.
careful about my choice of words. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube here. So, all right, we'll skip on to this next one. Yeah, I slip up. The first book there, I promoted this one in the Facebook group, our Skottie Young appreciation group on Facebook. But it's got the Spawn remark on the top left corner, which I think this is a perfectly priced book for anybody that's wanting a Skottie sketch, especially Spawn.
No, yeah, that's that's a fun one. I mean, I love that cover. It's one of my favorite I Hate Fairyland covers, and yeah, again, Spawn is such a fun character, especially the two of them paired together is silly. And again, you maybe get it cracked, get it signed by Todd as well, and kind of complete it. But yeah, it's a good one.
And it's also got a best offer option on it. So if I was a prospective buyer of this one, I would most definitely try to offer, say, $275, $300 to the seller, and just see where it goes. If you're not wanting to pay the $369, but I wouldn't fault anybody for paying $369 for this one. It's a really, really well priced book.
Yeah.
And then the middle one is the full blown Skottie Spider-Man remark. You get the full figure, $450. That's not a bad price for that one either.
Yeah. Same thing again, like you said, they've got the best offer on that one as well. So again, you can just like it, hold off for a little bit, or submit something, and yeah, kind of go from there.
If I recall, too, the Skottie shop was selling these, and they were $350, I think, on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
So with the eBay markup, this person isn't even trying to make a ton of money on it. Looks like they're just trying to recoup. So it's not poorly priced either.
Yeah.
Now the last one, the Chun-Li, I hope I'm saying the name correctly.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
Yeah, I tried to sound it all professional and proper, but Chun-Li is probably better to say.
I've got a friend who's a massive Street Fighter fan, so I hear about her quite a bit. So
I play Street Fighter on the little mini arcade with my son, but I don't know any of their names. So this one, I was surprised to see it pop up. Do you remember whenever I got my Miles Morales remark that I highlighted on the show, a few shows back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The same seller that I bought that one from was selling this one, and I want to say they were selling it for $150. And then like 2 weeks later, it was up on eBay for $350. So someone bought it, put it up, tried to make a little bit of money. It is a really, really quick remark. So this was back when Skottie's pricing on remarks was $200. So I'm not sure if it'll get the full $350. But once again, if you're a Street Fighter fan and like this character, then you might buy it or wait for an offer to come along for it.
I was going to say, that's definitely the thing that I could see, it gives it its weight is that, these are characters he doesn't draw nearly as much as, say, Spider-Man or Venom or anything, anything Marvel like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's a very niche, like niche, I think we were talking about with the Stanley Walking Dead, but there's fans out there, I'm sure, and like you said, either go for it or like it, and hope that you get maybe one of those discounted offers. So.
Yeah, and I was racking my brain trying to think of another time I've seen Skottie do a Street Fighter character, and I can't recall seeing one. Doesn't mean he hasn't did one, because obviously we haven't seen all the ones he's done, but it's very rare to see them pop up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so like we talked about, the remarks are the best time, to be able to get those, more rarely seen sketches or characters. So.
Right. Well, the next one's the slide that I've been waiting all day to talk about. This These just popped up for sale on eBay this morning. And while I was messaging several people, including Tyler and Seth, about this morning, you should have bought them this morning when they were $3,500 because we were fixing to go on air. And Tyler said, you got to update your slides. They're $4,000 a piece now. So you could have had them all for a whopping $14,000, but now it's going to cost you just a little bit more, up to $16,000 for these. So these are for sale. These were purchased at Heroes Con 2024. There is another YouTube video of the couple that bought these up for sale where you can see them and see some of the other art that's in Skottie's portfolio. But yeah, these are all really good pieces, Tyler. These are all top notch.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's and I was just looking. I wanted to double check. None of these have best offer on them, so it's a flat out yes or no. You know, you're getting this or you're not getting it, and
take it or leave it, buddy.
It's. I mean, again, Dustin and I have our opinions on it, and it's just tough. I mean, I think the main thing. Yeah, exactly. It's, especially the fact that in the info is a link to the video where they clearly show the prices that they themselves bought it at, and then they go and list them at 5 to 6 times the amount. So yeah, it's like I was telling Dustin, like, they're clearly not hurting financially to try and sell these off. These are listed much higher, so these are being listed to hopefully draw some attention and eyes, and maybe the goal is to reduce them slowly over time until somebody bites the bullet on one of them. But just unfortunate, especially because if these do sell, like we talked about, does that affect the market? Does that make people look at these and go, hey, I can grab some older Skotties, list them for that same amount and get them as well? Yeah, I mean, they cost to go to the con, but it's at the end of the day, the people who we hope get stuff like this is people who are true fans, or not true fans, but just people who really want the piece to have it in their collection, to hold on for it, not necessarily for the financial, because I don't buy any of my pieces for the financial reason. Yes, it's an investment, and I have the opportunity to be able to sell them if need be, but it's a bummer, because if I would have known that Tarzan piece was in, I already told Dustin, if I known that Tarzan piece was in there, I would have been incredibly tempted to grab it, because it's just such a fantastic piece. And again, you don't see much of his pencil work for sale. A lot of it is inks, or a lot of it is inks, or blue line art that's been printed, and so he can sketch over it. So
I think they're masterful sellers. I am not going to I'm not getting involved in any lawsuits for this at all. But yeah, there's certain types of sellers. There's people that, like Tyler says, do get into financial straits where they've got to make a decision on which pieces they want to keep, which pieces they want to sell. Typically, if you pay $600 a piece for some of the art pieces that you bought, and you get into a position where you're like, I need to sell this fast, you'll market for $600, $500, $700, somewhere in that range. Like Tyler said, these people have taken a gamble on that they will sell for $4,000 each. More power to them if they sell. As someone that's bought a little bit of Skottie art, I know this is not currently where the market is, but each of these pieces is truly unique. And if they sell, more power to them. I was kind of shocked, sticker shock, because whenever I saw the absolute Batman prices that Felix Comic Con art put up, that he said he'd warned everybody there will be some sticker shock at these. And there were some pieces that were available for $10,000, some pieces that were available for $50,000. There was sticker shock on that because they're more, but they sold. Prelims like these pieces typically don't have a $4,000 price tag attached to them unless they have a Jim Lee's name on them or an artist that's in that range. Not saying that Skottie isn't as talented as Jim Lee. Once I'm about to retract my statement.
Now I need a disclaimer. I'm not responsible for Dustin's opinions.
Yeah. Wow, this is going to be the lost episode, Tyler, the one that people talk about.
Yeah, but I'm going to say, go ahead.
Let me dig myself out of the hole here. I don't think that the prices for Jim Lee's, quick prelims too are I wouldn't pay $4,000 to $5,000, but there are people. Dang it, this is just getting worse and worse. There are people that pay it and are happy to, and I would never knock somebody from doing that. I'm just saying what Skottie lists his prices as versus what other sellers sell them for is not in this range. So either there's a new market being created. Go on. Yeah, please.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, no, not more power to them, because if that's the case and they do sell, then, because my hope and goal is to go back to Heroes Con next year and to actually be able to, flip through that collection of art and be able to grab pieces and stuff. So, it's one of those things where I just don't want to see it become a trend or, catch on. It's one of those things everybody starts grabbing these art pieces and, we start seeing them on eBay just a month or two or a few months later, what have you. But I mean, it's interesting.
Well, that's the biggest concern is if these were to sell, it's not that, Skottie and Megan and the crew would turn around and mark their pieces up. It's that every dealer and every rep would come along to their tables and buy the book out so they could relist them on their site. And I mean, if they're selling for that, you'd be like, well, I hate to see that, because it means that guys like Seth and me and you that would love to get some of these pieces will not be able to get them for this price anymore. But we'll have to pay the highly inflated price. But I think we'll see these come down, which is what I said today, and then I was proven wrong. They went up $500 each.
They went up. So we're and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on these pieces. I know you will be, Dustin, and
I'm invested in this.
And other people. Yeah, I'm curious, especially the Tarzan. I want to know how much that sells for. So yeah.
Me too. We won't say anything else about these because I'm afraid I'll alienate everybody if I keep talking. Okay, now we're switching to a different website. This is panelpageart.com. Glenn, and I can't think of the gentleman's last name, runs this site, but he has two pretty cool pages. This is kind of new school and old school. The Captain America symbol of truth cover there is listed at $4,000, and then
I do love that cover.
New Warriors cover there is listed at $2,000. So these are available out there if anybody's looking for some covers. I've never purchased from this site before, but I know this is a highly reputable seller. So he sells Liefeld's original art.
Oh, okay.
What Liefeld doesn't sell on Whatnot, this is the guy that has the high quality covers and stuff.
Interesting.
All right, and this is if you're a CAF fan or comicartfans.com. A lot of times they'll list stuff from eBay and other sellers. These were pieces that were being sold by members of the group, and they're two pretty cool pages, fairly priced. You got Machine Man and then a page from New X-Men at $450, and I think the Machine Man's at $400. It's covered up by my toggle. But
400, for sale status, yeah.
So, amen, brother. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, I've quickly become a fan of this website, which I'll reveal why later on. But it's cool. I mean, there's so many pieces on that website, and then I've got notifications now set to see when new pieces drop or go for sale, and these are cool sketches and a cool interior page there. So,
well, the other thing too, and I don't know if you've followed them during they do like virtual cons twice a year, I believe.
Okay.
Well, their November cons coming up, and if you're one of the paying members for CAF or Comic Art, it's comicartfans.com for anybody that's not familiar with the CAF phrase. If you're a paying member, they open the doors. It's almost like a convention hall. You get access an hour early or 2 hours early, and you get to look at the pages that people, and what they really encourage during this sale, this virtual con, is to post pieces of art that you've never put up for sale before. So that is where I picked up. I'm trying to think which piece. This piece. I got this piece off of the camp sale.
Okay.
And I worked with the guy and did like time payments on it. So, but that was during when I wasn't a paying member, but I waited 2 hours into the show. They let everybody, the public, in. So if you go to the Comic Art Fans and look at the top of their banner, you'll see when their next convention is, and I think it's towards the end of November. So it's got to be coming up soon. So
no, I'll definitely take a look. Yeah, because I know about the paying because I got an alert recently about a new Skottie piece, and it was like, you're seeing this, 6 hours later than everybody who's paid membership, and I haven't looked at their prices. I don't know what they are, what the membership prices are, but I'll definitely have to check out the online convention.
They do have a monthly pricing, so right before the online convention, if you sign up a week before, it's not very expensive. Yeah, thinks it's this weekend. So
okay.
Thank you for that. So if you sign up today or tomorrow, you'll have access to it, and you don't have. It's just like a pay by month or pay by quarter, and it's not badly priced at all, especially just to see what's out there. But you can also risk waiting a couple hours that nobody else will pick it up.
True, and that's a good point. Yeah, a surprise sketch.
They do have a mystery sketches. They have several art reps from different companies that'll they'll submit 6 of their artists, like have art. So you'll buy a request for like a completely mystery blind sketch, and you don't know which artist is doing it until it shows up in the mail. So
that's pretty cool. I like that idea.
They also do panels where they have artists come on over the weekend, and they put them up on YouTube on their YouTube channel. So I feel like I should have had an ad for Comic Art Fans popping up here, but it's worth checking out.
It is, it's cool. So I'm looking forward to listing my pieces on it, not for sale, but just to show off the collection. So
I have to get really close to the screen. These are 2 more pieces from there.
Yeah,
I can't see it. Is that 450? My bad. This toggle is driving me crazy tonight.
$4.95 on the bottom. Yeah.
Okay. So $4.95 on that piece from Venom. And then you've got the House of X piece, which is $3,500 or best offer. So you can message the seller and possibly work something out. But I did like that series, all 6 issues of those. So that's pretty cool too.
No, it's a cool, clean page. So
now this is a website called Ramita Man Art. Dang it, I'm Ramita Man Original Art. I knew I should have wrote that down, but I'm gonna. It's just ramitaman.com, and it's Mike Berkeley. He's if you've ever watched Dueling Dealers on comicartfans.com on their Wednesday night show where they have the 2 dealers drop different art and they try to see who can sell the most. Berkeley is the one. He's also the owner of ramitaman.com. Great place for original art. These pieces, these I Hate Fairyland covers, whenever they actually premiered on Dueling Dealers, and he had them listed. His best offer, I think, was $1,500 a piece for them. But when they went to the website, it's up to $1,900 now. But they're whatever the price is. Those are both pretty cool covers.
Yeah, I love those covers are great.
And he does do time payments for anybody that's interested in buying pieces over time. So, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Oh yeah, I think that's every original artist purchaser's favorite words. So,
time payments
for me. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
that Duncan cover. I mean, I love Duncan. There's not enough Duncan love, I don't think. And that Larry one on the right is hilarious. So
yeah, and just Gert kind of inverted upside down there.
Yeah, it's harder to tell on the stream, but the details of her just putting the dirt are hilarious. So
yeah, if nothing else, just go to the website and check out the high res pictures because this doesn't do it justice on here. All right, and one of our group members, Michael Thompson, he posted this one a few months ago, and I don't know, they're sequential pages from I Hate Fairyland, and Skottie had referenced that page not too long ago.
Yeah, he posted it on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember seeing it, don't you? I
think it was. I believe during October. I think it might have been for like one of those spooky posts, or maybe it was more recent. Maybe it was like last week.
I think right. It's 5 days ago. So November 8th, he had posted
Oh,
it.
okay.
So he said it's one of his favorite 2-page spreads from the early days of I Hate Fairyland. It was fun trying to come up with the look for Lord Darketh, Deadeth, and his
That was
castle.
it, yeah. I love the name he came up with. So
yeah, those names are great from I Hate Fairyland. But I would like to get these. I'm not sure what price range Michael is looking for, but if you're interested in them, join the Skottie Young Appreciation Group on Facebook and check out Michael. He's a member of the group and he's looking to move these right now.
Yeah, he's super nice. I've gotten some comics from him before. He is overseas, so
really?
Take that into account. But his stuff is or his stuff. But he's he's great at communication. He'll talk to you, and he'll work on prices with you. Or he even was kind enough to he was like, hey, I'll throw those comics in, and I was like, you don't have to do that. It's I don't mind paying for them. So. He's just unloading his collection. He's just getting out of the Skottie game, and I know some other members have picked up quite a bit of stuff from him because he had a lot of more harder to find things. So
that's the same sale. I didn't realize that was him. They were selling the really rare books. Okay, I know you're talking.
Yeah, the really rare book. It's who what's his face? I don't remember who posts, but the one who does the spread out over like 4 or 5 days.
Gerard.
Yeah, that's who these are from is Michael. So
okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about now. I didn't realize that's the same guy.
Yeah, so
cool.
So he's I can vouch for him personally. You'll for sure get your stuff. So yeah, these would be great pieces to own. One day I'd hope to own a Skottie, I Hate Fairyland page. So
yeah, me too. That's one thing I don't have in my collection is a published page from I Hate Fairyland. So I'd like to get that. And once again, after Christmas, we'll see about this one.
Exactly.
I wanted to make sure and drop these in here. These are from Brett Bean. Most of these sketches on the left have sold, Tyler. There's only like 2 left.
Yep. I think they've all sold. I checked it.
Really?
I think it was just yesterday I checked and they were all gone. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, whenever I posted this yesterday morning, there was 2 left, but I hadn't checked it since then. So it would, as fast as they were selling them, because they dropped Monday night, and by Tuesday morning, 3 of them had sold. So you're saying you checked today and they're all gone. So
yeah, I'm double checking it now, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, I lied. No, I did lie. So never mind. Yeah, there are the 2 left, like you said. So the numbers,
good.
The 2 Gerts. So
that's still really, really fast. 3 of them sold, within 24 hours. So these are really great Christmas gifts for anybody in your life that likes skirt, likes I Hate Fairyland, or likes art, good art. These are great pieces.
Yeah, Brett's been crushing it with these, with his commissions, as we saw Seth's, and these I Hate Fairylands for sure, and especially on that green blank variant looks really cool. Like we talked about, I would have loved to have grabbed the Larry, but that was the first one to go. But I didn't
even post that in here because it was gone already. So yeah, that was good.
It was definitely long gone. So,
but yeah, for people that are more budget conscious or budget aware, these are great pieces. Especially the 2 that are left are, I think, priced at $200 and $300. So not bad at all for this art.
Yeah, the top 2, and and again, I'm not saying it because it's like an investment thing and stuff, but like his art's only going to continue to go up. It's just like Skottie. It used to be that you could get stuff like this from him, for a certain price, and things just kept going up the more requested his art was for covers or interiors or whatever have you. And Brett's I see going the same way because his art is just so good, and his original stuff is as well. So I'm glad that I can pick up more pieces from somebody like Brett, because I think he deserves every penny. So
no, yes, I agree 100%. And it's crazy because I looked at the sketch price group on Facebook, and as people were posting commissions they got from him, one of the things I noticed was there were other people saying, hey, who's the artist? Do you have a website that's linked to this? Can you tell me where you got this from? So his art has generated interest from other people that may not be familiar with him.
Yeah.
So,
and it makes it so accessible. I was just going to say, sorry, it makes it so accessible, whether it's, he does them and then lists them online, or, as we got our commissions because he's at a convention, he opens it up for online purchasers as well, which is incredibly nice. Not everyone does that. Most of them don't. You get to go to the convention or you don't, and that's kind of one of the pros. But yeah, I mean, it's super cool that he does that, and he's able to open up, those commissions and do stuff like this for people regardless of where you're at, pretty much. So.
And for an up and coming artist, and that's definitely what I consider Brett as he moves in, have opening it up to people across the country for this, I think is a huge deal, because it gets people access to him that wouldn't, some of these artists that may not be, more household names, you have to stumble upon them, their work at cons. Him opening up his convention, allowing other people to get them to post about him on Facebook, on Instagram, has brought new fans, and I think he'll, like you said, he'll just continue to grow.
Yeah, and I mean, he even does stuff. I mean, again, he'll throw discount codes on his website, and that applies to everything. That goes for original art included. And I've gotten a few pieces discounted because he just throws that code up for Christmas or whatever have you, and that just makes it easier to grab more from him. So
yeah, and the fact that he signed with More Great Art, which is on the right, the website there.
Yes.
They'll be responsible for selling some of his commission style pieces and his art. I don't know if he's going to move the interior pages over there. Might be something we can ask him later.
Yeah, I would be curious. Yeah, I was wondering because, yeah, like you said, it listed, he talked about variants as well. He will be doing 2 variants. He mentioned on his Substack for the through this website, kind of like what Skottie does. But I'll be curious to see, how well this does, where it goes from there.
Did he say Marvel? He did hint Marvel?
So he said 2. Well, he talked about doing 2 variants and then Marvel Snap.
Okay, I knew it was something with Marvel. I couldn't quite recall.
Yeah, so at the Snap card game, I think he would do the art for that, and whether or not he sells the original art or maybe that's sold through here. So
let's go. These are really great. And once again, if you can't, if these aren't in your budget, it's still worth clicking on the picture, because it also has the sketch, the actual art within the listing for each of these. So if you just want to see what the art looks like, check that out. It's worth your time.
I was going to say, I absolutely love the way they did that on this website, where you could have just both the original cover and the sketch back to back and switching between them. It made it so cool to be able to see, just the difference those colors will add or give to it. And excuse me, I did comment on Brett's Instagram and his post with this, and he said he wasn't sure if MGA does payment plans, but he said to reach out to them and they'd be able to. I forgot to reach out to them, but I was planning on, just because I was curious if that's something they offer. So
yeah, I did check on I told Tyler whenever this listed, I was like, 13B, I've got to find out who's got 13B. Skottie owns 13B. So if anybody's looking for the new Volume 2 I Hate Fairyland cover B.
Yeah. It's the one, where Skottie's in the director's chair getting his hand cut off by Gert. So and it's funny, I called it as soon as I was like, what? $20, Skottie's got that in his collection. And I'm, I just had a feeling, because I would want that too, artists that you like and you dig their style and they're working with you on your comic, like, wow, can I, I'll buy that one off of you. So thankfully the one that I want is up there. So I've called dibs on 15. That's my cover. I want that one. So, I love that Gertzilla. So my hope is, I can hold out and kind of like you, maybe next year at some point I can maybe look at attempting to grab that one. So
I think one of our December shows is going to be called the After Christmas Show. Of all the stuff that we're looking for after Christmas. So
exactly. The Skottie wish list. So
I think 13A and I want to say 18B are the 2 that I've been looking at that I really like. But
wait, what was it? I said it was 15, and was it 14 or 13? It's the one where it's the movie poster with Larry all muscled up. 13, so that's 13 and 15 were the ones where I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Especially again, like we talked about, you go to 13 and it's just crazy to me the difference between the line work and then how much the colors just shifts it entirely to that thematic, cinematic looking poster. So
I think my favorite thing about that 13 issue, though, is all the mentions of Skottie Young in the credits of
the
movie
credit.
poster. It's he's got like 30 mentions in there, so that's the best part about that one.
It is, yeah. That's great. That's where I'd want like the laminate or like the clear paper so I could do layers, and check out both the inks and the colors and all that info stuff. So,
well, there was a Christmas play I did for our church, like when I was 16 or 17. And whenever I made the little flyer, I even made the flyers. That's how low of a budget we had. But I had like written by Dustin Whitney, directed by Dustin Whitney, props by Dustin Whitney. There was all the thing. And I did it. I was very serious about it. And then looking back on it now, I thought, oh man, what a jerk move.
I love that. That's great.
All right, that's all of our art for this week. But I'm going to go first because you've got an awesome piece to show. And I've got an awesome comic. This came in this week with
Hey, look at that. The 9. I love that.
And I love this one too, but with as much as I love that piece, your piece is even better. So that's.
Well, I'll start off actually a little bit small because I just got something in today, a box. I was curious because I got my absolute covers in.
Oh, nice.
So I was really excited. So I went with the signed set, for all 3. So I was super excited. These seemed like these were here earlier for me because I just read something where they were saying that the non-signatures were shipping out. So I was lucky enough, to get mine in. But what was interesting was they came in a box. They weren't the regular comic shipper, and I was kind of wondering why. And then it made sense once I opened the box and opened it to reveal the bag that I was given along with the comics inside of it. So I'm super excited to be able to own one of these. I know these are super limited out there and not many of them around. So I was just like, oh man, I get my bag now. So I'm definitely going to be taking this to the comic store, I think, to go get my Scotties every week so that everyone knows, hey, it's the Skottie pickup guys here.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm loving that. But the big piece that Dustin's talking about is we were talking about the comic art website, and I thankfully found a piece on there, one that I had been really wanting as of late because I finally dived into the series myself. But I grabbed the Luffy One Piece daily sketch off of the website, so trying to get it so it's not just the reflection of the computers, but super excited to add this to the collection. I only started One Piece last year. Surprisingly, it's been on my list for a while. It was just always kind of hard to justify diving into a 1,000 plus episode series, but I'm actually just hit just over 750 recently. So I'm I think I'm quickly making my way through the series over a little over a year now, and with their 6-month hiatus, I definitely think that I'll be able to catch up in time to watch the ending along with everybody. But super excited on this one. I love Luffy. I love this sketch. He doesn't really do anime sketches as much. The other one I love to own is the Deku from My Hero Academia. But what I thought about was interesting. This wasn't shown before I bought it, but as we know, he normally does his sketches digitally, and then he'll scan them or print them out on blue and then ink over them. And what I thought was interesting was there's an actual extra, it's hard to see obviously here, but there's an extra blue printed sketch on the back that I guess he just didn't go with. It's the same thing, so I think he maybe just double printed it and did it that way. So it's cool, and it's not just the light bleeding through because you can see the fist is reversed. So I think he maybe just printed it and then went with the other side for the actual ink drawing itself. But super excited to add this one to the collection. This is definitely a really cool piece. I'd love to put it above my One Piece small area where I've got my figures and stuff like that. So was waiting to share it. I hadn't made my Instagram post. I've got to catch up on my Instagram post along with the bag and all that stuff. So
round of applause. Very, very well done. I was so excited for you because you got that one.
Yeah, I know it was, and it was, it was really cool that this one came from overseas as well. This came from France. But the person who was selling it was super nice. They also let me, do monthly payments. I did three payments over 3 months, and the communication was great, and I was confident. They were confident in it, thankfully, and yeah, just super excited. He was going for another commission because I'd asked him, I was just curious, why are you letting it go? And he was saving up for another commission from another artist. So, I told him I hope that he is able to get, what he's able to grab that he wants. And yeah, I'm just glad, that this is in, another One Piece fan. So yeah, these daily sketches are, I really dig them. I love the covers and everything too. But there's just something about it's kind of like the remarks where it's like, there's no other time that he's drawn Luffy or One Piece or anything like that. So like this is the only one. There's no prints or anything. So it's just really cool to have that in the collection. So
when you say rare, this is like the very definition of it. There's not a lot of shots at it. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was surprised, to see it on the side. And like you said, I just happened to look down. It said for sale, and I reached out, and
awesome.
Again, they were just looking to recover what they had spent, nothing more. So they bought it from the site themselves when it launched back in 2021, and now it's in my collection. So
Tyler only had to pay $4,000 for that, but it was well worth it.
It actually went up. He was like, actually, I was kidding. It's actually $8,000.
he just sent Tyler another invoice saying he owes another $500 for it.
He was like, you know what? On second thought, after sending it, I think I'm going to charge you more.
Yeah. Oh, behave, man. I gotta try. Anyway, two quick points from Tyler's story there. Never be afraid to reach out to someone and ask them about a piece, and never be afraid to ask for time payments, because these pieces aren't cheap. These aren't $10, $15 pieces. So most people, especially if they're motivated to sell, are willing to give you some time on them. So
yeah, and he was great too, because he was like, if you want somebody to vouch for me, I've got people who can vouch. And I told him the same, because that was my first time buying through the site. I didn't have anything listed yet, even though I already have some pieces. I just haven't put them on the website. It's a gamble, but I do the things like I go through PayPal just in case, I need to do a chargeback or something goes wrong. But really, really happy that it worked out. And, again, I find with most of these websites, again, it's real collectors. It's not just, somebody scamming you or, trying to make a buck off you or anything. It's just, hey, I've got this piece. You want it? I want another one. So let's, kind of make a deal. So
another great point that Tyler made: when you're paying X amount for a piece and someone says, hey, I'll sell it to you for, this is just a figure out there, I'll sell it to you for $1,000, either with friends and family, or $1,000 plus 4% with goods and services. Always pay the 4%.
Yes.
Even if you're like, I don't really know if I can afford the extra 4%, always pay the 4%, because like Tyler said, 95% of the people, that statistic is made up on the spot, but 95% of the people on there are good dudes that are just wanting to help other collectors. But you always, anytime there's a market for highly collectible items, you always have someone that's looking to take advantage of someone. And friends and family is a good way to lose a lot of money fast, especially if you don't know the seller at all.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. And, especially if they seem, they're like, well, I've done it like this, then it's like, all right, well, that's fine, but I don't feel comfortable, especially with it being overseas and there was the currency exchange. So, that was one thing I wanted to make sure. I was like, hey, I just want to make sure, we're on the same page in terms of US dollars versus, this was happened to be British pounds is what the exchange rate was for. But, it was a good experience. Unfortunately, not everyone gets that, but, I'm super looking forward to, again, like kind of Dustin, hoping to find just pieces like that, pieces that, that went up and disappeared and haven't seen the light of day for a few years, and then suddenly you get listed, and that's your opportunity to get stuff like this. So
yep. And just like Tyler took this opportunity and ran with it, you don't know when Luffy or Deku or any of those are going to come up for sale again. So this may be your one shot. You had to take it, and congratulations, you got it.
Yeah, no, thank you. Like I said, it's and it seems so fitting. It seems so perfect for having that 1 year of watching it already, and and still continuing on, and like with it ending and everything, it was the perfect timing for it. So yeah, just following those websites like Dustin does. Dustin's been great for introducing me to sites that I didn't know about, and just the group as well, of other fellow collectors. So
that's our job. We all grow our collections together. It's not fun when one person's getting everything, and we all love Skottie art, so it thrills me whenever to see other people add to their collections, and I love to help any way I can. So it's a lot of fun for all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
But on a more serious note, I'm getting worried. This may be our last Skottie show. We may have to cancel after this because breaking news: the man is injured. He has hurt his finger. So we'll be holding a candlelight vigil tomorrow night at 7:00 on the Skottie group, just to
yeah. If everybody could just at 7:00 go outside and raise one finger up. So
light your porch light. Join me in a song.
I did like on their Instagram post that I guess they just got so many requests because I didn't see it in the comments. They must have just gotten so many direct messages that they were like, just calm down, people. Yes, we're getting him mitts for the fire. So we all can kind of figure out, what happened. Messing with the fire, he accidentally got burned. So
yeah, there's going to be an investigation. I've got our best people on there from his Kansas City area. So we're gonna make sure and get to the bottom of this. Someone has trying to sabotage us. I bet it's Jim Lee after those comments I made earlier. He knows that Skottie's on his heels. So no, I'm in all seriousness. Yeah, for an artist, this is awful. I mean, I hate that it happened, but hopefully it'll be recovered quickly.
Yeah, I mean, to have your main hand and your predominant finger, because if it was a pinky, it'd be different. But with this, it's you got to have your pointer finger. So yeah, you hopefully this will heal quickly and it doesn't hurt too badly, and yeah, maybe get some a little bit of downtime or something, or get some rest and recovery. But yeah, hoping he recovers soon. And so
let's hope we don't get too much downtime, because this might set the wrong precedent that anytime he gets tired, it's like, Skottie, stay away from the fire.
I mean, honestly, that's a great, just wrap my finger like, hey, I need to take a break, guys. Like, got the finger bandage out again. So
that's right. They'll be like on the episode of Friends where Phoebe's wearing the muffins, or the mittens, muffins. Good gosh.
The muffins.
we have went loopy at this point in time, but no, speedy recovery, Skottie. Yes. You'll be back to drawing wonderful covers in no time, I'm sure. And it was Tyler's idea to post that on there. That was I'm glad you called that out. I like that.
As soon as they made that post, I was like, all right, we got to fit this in somewhere. So
kudos. Good call. There's not a whole lot of new releases. This is what's coming out this week, the issue 61 for the Spider-Man. This line is perfect. It's such a good line.
What's crazy is I was going to say I've already seen variants, like fan-made variants of this stuff. Somebody like went and drew over and did Spider-Punk and changed the cover. So it's just crazy, But again, these are popular covers. These are just so fun. So
yeah, really, really well done. And Stupid Fresh Mess had commented this week about hurry up and go to their site and get the CGC option for this. It will not be available after today. And right before the show, I looked and it sold out. So this
really, wow,
yeah, this week has just been this slideshow has aged horribly, and it's not even that old. It was just uploaded like an hour before the show, and it's just. But 64 is available. 64 is available now. So if you go to the SkottieShop.com, I think I even have a link for it. Yes, I do. Issue 64, which is my favorite, it has not been surpassed yet. It is the Vulture one.
The Vultures. I was going to say that's the Vultures one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That one is my favorite. It is.
That is a great one. Yeah.
So and I think 62 and 63 are still available as well, but 64 was just introduced this week. So. Oh, and this has been available for a while, but as I was looking at previews this week, it caught my eye. This is volume 3 that collects issues 1 through 20 It'll be available February 12th. I think it said 2025.
Yeah, February 12th. Yeah, that's good to know. I had this is the first that I'm seeing this. I must have missed this slide when I was going through, but I love these. I don't know why it is. I'm such a sucker for hardcovers. I just like the way they display, the way they feel. When I'm reading them, I like the sturdiness of them. And these are great. And I'll be curious because I have both the regular versions, but also the DCBS variant editions. Exclusive that are the black cover ones. So I'm curious to see if we'll also get one of those for this third volume as well. So
I'm pretty sure. We probably will. I'd say.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if they didn't. They've been, and they're still doing stuff. They did the recent Invincible hardcover variants for those that released. So yeah, I would think that we'd see one for this as well. So
I don't know how long this one has been available, but I just saw it this week's the first I'd seen it. So it's available. I don't know when the FOC is on it, the final order cutoff, but just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. I may even post it in the group just so everybody knows it's out there.
Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah,
but it will be available at the Skottie shop. I'm fairly certain because the other ones have. So if you want to hold off and try to get whatever additional, if there's a print, plate or something.
Got to get them book plates.
That's right. That's right. So order if you want to order it. But if you want to hold off or something even better, hold off. Same thing we talk about every show. We're getting closer each week. We're getting a little bit closer to it. So
I know. Yeah.
Keep mentioning it, and I'll switch up here in just a second, Tyler. But if you want to be on the show, you're more than welcome to join us and goof off with us like we've been. It can't be too hard if I'm doing it. So blow that up real quick. And then the announcement next Wednesday, unless there's a scheduling conflict, Brett Bean will be joining us here to goof off for a little bit. So hopefully everybody can submit questions they want us to ask him or topics we want to approach with him. So really looking forward to this. Brett seems like I've never spoke with him other than through messaging and email, but did you? Okay, I didn't think you had either, Tyler. But
no, I was gonna say it's only been through email with the commission, and then occasional. I've reached out once or twice before on Instagram. There was one time I had a question. I was just curious, and he was incredibly nice and chatted with me, answered my question, and occasionally on Substack as well because I follow his Substack and will comment on there. And just seems like a genuinely nice person and great artist, and I'm very much looking forward to having him on and getting to pick his brain just about both his art and working with Skottie and where things are going and what more we can expect from him. So
I'm pumped about this one. This one's really exciting.
Who knew, episode 12, 12 episodes in, and we've got an artist who we're bringing on. So maybe after he watches this episode tonight, he might back out and be like, I got to watch. My PR team has advised me not to be on Skottie's. I don't know. He says, Skottie's not Jim Lee level, so I don't know if I want to get on there. So
they had negative viewers at one point in time. So
exactly,
we're very appreciative. Hopefully he'll next Wednesday was one of the options that he gave, so that's what we took him up on. So unless there's a scheduling conflict, if there is, we'll try to get him in December. But right now, this plan is to have him on next Wednesday. So, like I said, I'll post to the group, see if anybody's got anything they want to talk to Brett about. If not, me and Tyler may talk to him about whatever for 30 minutes to an hour, however long Brett will talk with us. I guarantee we'll hang on, and he'll probably have to check his watch and give us a signal that, hey, I need to go to bed, guys. And he's in California, so if he tells us he needs to go to bed before us East Coast guys, then we're in on him. So
I just say, I think it'd be going for dinner or something, I imagine. So
we'll try to make sure and work around him to make it most convenient for him. So hopefully he'll be the first of many guests that we have on here. Or he may be the last guest we have on here. We don't know, but either way, we're looking forward to it.
Who knows? It's anybody's guess. Yeah, exactly. So,
that light looks really good right there. All right. Well, Tyler, I think we're going to call it a night. We have turned an hour show into an hour and 20 minutes. So
We did.
We give people their money's worth,
and then more, exactly, and more. So,
yeah.
But
so go out and buy a $4,000 sketch tonight. Post pictures in the group, and Tyler, please sign us off, sir.
Exactly. Yep. Y'all stay fresh and stay messy, and when in doubt, joke it out. I mean, again, it's just keep on collecting Skottie and sharing with us and jumping in these conversations because again, we do this for not just us, but for all the Skottie collectors, just because we just really love collecting his artwork. So hope to see everyone who was here tonight, next week, and more people. And like Dustin said, just get those questions in, and hopefully we'll have a great conversation. So catch y'all later.